Okay, so we are going to speak about a consciousness-based universe where science meets metaphysics. This can be considered the central topic of the Bhaktivedanta Institute mission. So put again, make science embrace again metaphysics, and obviously, particularly Vedic metaphysics, because of its antiquity and importance in our movement too. So science and metaphysics should work together. However, when religion, using metaphysics as its highest authority, try to suppress science and the rational analysis of the phenomenal world, what we can perceive with our senses and intelligence, this is the phenomenal world. A rift emerges in society, which is gradually dehumanizing our civilization. This is a very important point. Metaphysics means beyond the physics. It deals with what we cannot perceive with our senses, the intangible aspects of reality. In contrast, physics studies the tangible world. There has not always been a struggle between science and metaphysics. On the contrary, they were once integrated to such an extent that the scientist and the metaphysical expert were one and the same person, the philosopher. The term philosopher comes from the Greek words philo, meaning love, and sophia, meaning wisdom. Wisdom here is not mere knowledge or academic expertise, but the ability to apply knowledge practically in everyday life. So practically meaning in practice, in everyday life. In Sanskrit, this concept is known as vijnana. A philosopher is literally someone who loves and seeks wisdom, vijnana. To achieve vijnana, the wise use two essential tools, the scientific method and metaphysics. But where should a serious search for wisdom begin? It should start from what is undeniable, from the cornerstone of our knowledge, the answer to the most fundamental question, who am I? The answer is unequivocal to the most. We have seen Akandadis Prabhu presentation in the first session of this summer school, speaking particularly of this concept. So the answer is, I am conscious. I am the source of consciousness. No one can deny that we are conscious. We are sure that consciousness exists because we experience it directly every day. It is a self-evident truth, we could say. Jiva Goswami defined that, so to be a self-evident truth, a form of Shabda. Supporters of naturalism and materialism argue that consciousness emerges from matter. In contrast, those with a teleological view of the universe support the idea that consciousness is fundamental and pre-exists matter. Modern scientific research lacks evidence for consciousness and mind being correlated with states of the brain. So it appears that consciousness and mind cannot be reduced solely to brain activity. The idea that consciousness is not merely a product of the brain is gaining traction, supported by scientific evidence from near-death experiences, out-of-body experiences, resuscitation cases, and reincarnation studies. And this is not everything science is going on to study. And we have seen in this summer school that we have sections, departments of the Bhaktivedanta Institute really involved in this kind of studies. These phenomena have been scientifically studied by many experts in many fields. As science and technology advance, we continue to discover new clues about our existence as sentient beings independent of the body. The Vedas, particularly texts like the Bhagavad Gita and the Bhagavata Purana, propose the brain-mind-Atma model. The Atma is the source of our subjective experience. It refers to the self, the conscious self, or the individual consciousness. This Vedic metaphysical model provides a comprehensive framework for understanding the interaction between consciousness, the body, and phenomenal reality. According to Vedic metaphysics, we, as conscious beings, Atmas, interact with the body and the mind, both seen as instruments for us to be used, and with phenomenal, quote-unquote, reality. When applied to day-to-day life, this Vedic model helps enhance our choices, lifestyle, and relationships. It helps us understand that we are more than just physical beings with instincts. We are conscious beings with a deeper essence. This awareness can lead to a more meaningful and enriched life. So it's really a very important topic to study upon for all of us. These issues have been pondered by humanity for millennia, searching for meaning and purpose. The ancients loved looking at the sky, aspiring to elevate themselves. And even in recent centuries, we used to have a much richer and deeper connection to the heavens. True human aspirations involve seeking elevation and pursuing it. And the most basic form of elevation is simply raising our gaze towards the sky, a sky that is now often obscured by air and light pollution. The sky is lost or has been stolen. This image on the far left shows how the night sky appears today in a city. Practically a plain gray surface, maybe a few stars here and there, and that's it. In contrast, the far right image depicts how the night sky looked during the time of the Vedic sages, who retreated into the forest to pray and meditate on the concepts we are discussing today. It is an explosion of beauty, stars, planets, and the moon moving across the sky, alignments of celestial bodies, solar and lunar eclipses, and the spectacle of the Milky Way full of lights and shadows that fascinate us. The ancients endeavored to calculate and deeply understand all of this because true understanding only comes from deep knowledge. And this is truly what we find in some sections of Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, the Surya Siddhanta, and other Siddhantas. The scientific study of the cosmos has always been part of humanity's quest for understanding. In the past, there was no division between science and metaphysics. The pursuit of knowledge and civilization advanced by synthesizing both fields. So I was acknowledged that there is not YouTube live stream, so if this can be useful. So if we could once again look up at a starry sky with the same admiration as the ancients, a profound question would naturally arise from the depths of our hearts. Could the universe itself be the product of a cosmic consciousness? And might it even be self-aware? Some may dismiss these questions as too far-reaching, too teleological or biased. Yet, it is a logical consideration, especially today that we have powerful space telescopes, cutting-edge theoretical models, supercomputers that can simulate and create hundreds of thousands of universes to study their evolution and structure. If you go far beyond enough, some amazing pictures reach our eyes. Here on the left, you can see an image of a neural network inside the human brain. On the right, you can see a cosmic network of galaxies created through computer simulations, confirmed by data from space telescopes. The similarity between the two is striking. And here I have also a reference of two Italian guys that studied this. The cosmic network closely resembles the neural network of our brain, and it is extremely intriguing to see how even the large-scale structure of our universe suggests that it may be based on consciousness, that the Atma could be the foundation of everything tangible. There are many modern cosmological theories that have remarkable parallels with the descriptions and stories found in ancient Vedic texts. One such theory is the computational universe, one of the most futuristic and recent ideas. Some cosmologists and philosophers of science envision the universe as a vast computational machine, where the laws of physics are algorithms processing information. This perspective suggests that it is possible to describe the events in our universe with a gigantic computational software. We can imagine a supercomputer running software that makes the universe function, with each of us interacting and experiencing certain portions of the universe based on our computational capacity. Stephen Wolfram could be envisioned as the father of this kind of theories. And here, something that he said in 2002. So this is 22 years now, going more and more into details about this kind of theories, and more connection with the Vedic metaphysics are coming out. So he says 3 centuries ago, science was transformed by the dramatic new idea that rules based on mathematical equations could be used to describe the natural world. What I have discovered is that there is another whole class of rules that must also be considered. Rules that are not based on traditional mathematics, but instead on very simple computational processes. Some scientists are also viewing the universe as informational, meaning that there is a substrate of information more fundamental than space-time. Space-time, once thought to be the fabric on which everything else existed, is no longer considered as fundamental by many physicists. This shift is due to ongoing research on and recent findings from the Geneva Particle Superaccelerator for the microcosm and the James Webb Space Telescope for the macrocosm, which challenge the idea of space-time as the root of our phenomenal world. Instead, there appears to be something more fundamental, known today as the information field. In essence, it could be argued that the universe evolves in every minute detail because of a vast container of information and a supercomputer that processes this information. At every moment, the supercomputer takes blocks of data from this cosmic database and projects the next scene of the universe. This model suggests a continuous flow of information processing that underlies the physical reality we experience. I know, it sounds far-fetched, but these are some of the most advanced scientific theories gradually shaping our understanding of cosmology and particle physics. Quantum physics itself can be seen as a process of information manipulation. Currently, there is a significant challenge in reconciling quantum physics with relativity. Both theories are valid, but seem to work independently without a clear connection. The information model might offer a solution. If we consider that beyond space-time there is something more fundamental, an informational network or database that governs the universe, then quantum mechanics starts to make more sense with what we observe. These ideas are not just personal speculations, but are among the leading theories driving contemporary scientific discussion. So, could information be fundamental? It makes sense because we understand that information precedes a physical reality. Therefore, it shouldn't be surprising that the universe has an information substrate. Creating anything requires applying a series of computational algorithms to transform a project or an information into a tangible object. Consider a seed, which contains the entire blueprint for a tree, its flowers, its fruits, each containing more seeds. The project is inherent in the seed. Similarly, IKEA furniture comes with an instruction manual because it was previously designed to fit together perfectly. A 3D printer can create objects by printing them, turning a digital design into a three-dimensional object. This process is akin to the creation of a hologram, which is a three-dimensional projection of a pre-existing digital design. When building jet engines, engineers first create an electronic model, a digital twin. They test it virtually, applying all the laws of physics before building the physical prototype. This process involves rigorous testing under different conditions to ensure functionality, durability, efficiency, and safety, all done on the computer, on the digital twin, before any physical assembly begins. In the Vedas, there is a clear reference to a universal project called Virat Rupa. This form of the divine functions similarly to a digital twin. It is an information structure or model containing all the necessary details for creating the universe. Individual desires, karma, bodies, planets, galaxies, the laws of physics, and so on. The ancient texts the ancient Vedic text suggests that there is always a plan or an informational blueprint before any physical reality comes into being, aligning remarkably well with contemporary scientific understanding, as we have just seen. We can fairly conclude that in this ancient text, the idea of a universe based on information is clearly expressed. But where does the information come from? Despite all the complexity that modern science reveals, the cosmos seems to evolve as a coherent organism, woven together with intelligence and harmony. Vedic metaphysics claims that the information contained in the Virat Rupa is conveyed by the Atma's desires and aspirations, who need bodies and places to be experienced. If consciousness is the source, that means there is intention, purpose to the cosmos. So Atmas, bodies, and places, meaning our universe with all the planets, galaxies, and galaxy clusters it contains, it has a purpose. And the purpose is giving the Atmas the possibility to experience. In fact, in the Vedic vision of the creation and evolution of the universe, there is ample space for personal creativity and co-creation. Vedic metaphysics proposes that the creation and evolution of the universe is not a single act, but a collaborative process where the Atmas or individual consciousnesses contribute to the whole picture of the universe. And what do they contribute to? They help in creation. They help creating. So we can say that our universe is a consciousness-based universe in three ways. One, Atmas precede the universe as a tangible world. Two, Atmas are everywhere and interact with tangible matter. Three, Atmas co-create at almost every stage of existence of our universe. The concept of free will fits in here, allowing us to do good in this universe, creating beautiful things, fostering healthy and evolutionary relationships, or to do harm, creating destructive things that pollute, cause harm, generate hatred, fear, and danger, instead of protection, well-being, love. We have the responsibility for co-creation in this universe. This serves the purpose of the universe. Planets, worlds, more or less subtle, perhaps in different dimensions, serve the Atma to gain experience, satisfy desires and impulses, make plans and realize them. They also serve the Atma to participate in creation and find a way back to experience. If this universe is a kind of a computational one, then in a sense, if each of us is a programmer who can write our own software influencing how the universe functions. The more programmers there are, the more challenging it is to create an harmonious piece of software that works perfectly. Our relational capacity and spiritual evolution play a role in making our actions in the world harmonious and or disharmonious, or as expressed in Sanskrit, dharmic or adharmic. There has been extraordinary progress in modern cosmology, and I'm finishing, this is the last one, but at this point it is natural to ask, can science alone provide the answer to the origin and the purpose of the universe? Modern theories of cosmology, such as the Big Bang, the cyclic universe, the multiverse, when combined with Vedic metaphysics, in which consciousness is the basis of the cosmos, and not the other way around, allow us to see the greater universal plan and understand our place in the universe. So, in conclusion, we suggest that anyone wanted to access real knowledge or wisdom, vijnana, of our existence and of our universe should adhere to an approach where science and metaphysics are harmonized and cross-pollinate freely. Thank you very much, and if you like, reach out and get involved.
Giridhari, thank you very much. That was extremely precise and concise. Thank you. I've just got one question for you from one of the participants. You showed the slide of the neural network and of the cosmic web, and they're just asking, what is the cosmic web? Can you deal with that very briefly?
Yes, these are simulations on the computer where all the ingredients of the universe are put together and supercomputers are running the laws of physics and see how gravity and other physical laws are creating a universe. So with that, you can go far away and have a look of the universe from a very far point of view. And when you look from that distance, you can see that the galaxies are interconnected like the neurons, you know, of a brain. And this is also like confirmed by new databases of galaxies. Now we have very big databases that confirm that these simulations are actually how our universe looks.
Is there also a suggestion that different elements within the cosmic web exchange information?
That could be. That it seems to be for our Vedic metaphysics, it is actually, but I don't think there are actually data or theories now going as far as that. But I mean, the parallel is striking. It's amazing, actually.
Thank you very much, Giridhari.